Welcome to FX Masterclass, and my name is Ernest Rowe. And today's topic is the full disassembly of the FX Crown MKII. Let's get started. All right, first thing is safety. We gotta degas the gun. By doing that, unscrew the bottle, 5 or 6 half turn till you hear a bleed off. When it stops and the bottle is loose, it's okay or safe to unscrew the bottle. If you didn't hear a really long bleed off, that means there's pressure on the plenum side. All right. We have to degas that also. To do that, we need 2.5. Back it out counterclockwise. You hear it bleed off. While it's bleeding, we could remove the barrel. You need a 3 mil. To loosen it, all you need is like a half a turn. And there's 2 more on the other side. Gently pull the barrel out. There you go. Now we're going to remove the stock. To do that, the safety needs to be removed. And comes out like that. And there's an O-ring here. Usually it stays there. Keep it all intact. Flip it over. You have to remove the power wheel. Okay. Oh. And you usually look over here. Sometimes there's ball bearings got left behind. The stock can't slide off because there's ball bearings in the way. So you need to remove them. Sometimes spring comes off, come out. You can remove also the spring because when you're flipping the action around, it could fall off any time. So might as well remove it so you know where they are. 2 springs, 2 ball bearings. The other one's right here. All right, now we loosen the stock screws. Gently pull out the stock straight out because if you don't, there's lens on the gauges. You might force them or force it to the side and knock them off their, foundation. All right. All right. So we're going to remove this caulking assembly. And to do that, we need to remove this trigger assembly. Quickest way is pushing out the pin right here for your Pac-Man. This pin here. Grab hold of it and kind of push the trigger assembly down because the spring wants to push it away from you. All right, It's one complete assembly. Make sure spring doesn't fall out. Usually it doesn't. All right, we're going to push out this pin here to when you want to get the shear out. So, because we want to get the hammer assembly. If it's in the way, it won't slide out. All right. If it's hard to get it out, just move the other stop pin out, and it comes out like that. And there's another screw you need to loosen here in the back that holds the hammer spring adjuster. There it goes. There it goes. Now there's a long pin in here, keeps the handle aligned and everything. And there's a set screw on top of the pin, so the pin is going to come out. Well, when that happens, what falls out is the hammer spring, and the spring guide. All right. Since we removed the shear, this could slide out. All right. Now we gotta loosen this set screw here and remove it. The screw prevents the pin from coming out. This pin. Now, to push that pin out in here, there's a little hole here on top. Just kind of push it through. Then a pin comes out the other end. Pull it out. Now, you can grab the handle, or back here, you could pull the whole assembly out. You got your probe, your carriage, spring, and whole handle assembly. Next, remove the reg body. All right, usually there's one spring washer attached to the body. Keep track of it. Now there's a reg piston here. We use our tool to yank it out. It's kind of tight. All right, got the reg piston and all the washers in it. Now we go remove the valve retainer, valve pin retainer. All right. The spring. Then your little tweezer. Grab hold of the poppet pin. There's your poppet pin, valve pin. Now we're going to remove the seat. Same tweezer is kind of modified, it has notches in there so the valve pin doesn't slide off of it. Try to do this by hand. It's your valve pin, valve seat. All right. Now we go remove the whole transport power wheel assembly. All right, we gotta loosen that screw. Loosen the set screw in the bottom here. All right. Watch out, there's when you pull this off, there's a little ball bearing here, and the spring is here. Make sure you don't lose those. Sometimes there's no silicone. You flip it up and down, the O-ring, the spring comes out. You can remove it out. All right. Same size as the other one. All right, you need to remove this screw. Let's see. This one. Now you could use this to push the whole assembly out that way. Kind of twist and pull. There. We have to put this on a vise and turn this off. It unscrews off of it. I don't have that proper tool right now. All right. Well, there's another cylinder here. You could unscrew this and it'll come out. There's an O-ring in there. There's 2 O-rings that seals it. All right. And there's a plug here for the plenum. You don't really need to remove that. It's only a cap unless it's leaking out of here. And there's no reason to remove this gauge. And this faucet here, sometimes it does leak and doesn't seal properly. I'll show you how to remove that. Here's the piston. This is a floating check valve. You apply pressure, it opens, and you let go of the pressure that's forcing it open. The pressure back here slams it shut. So it keeps all your pressure in your bottle and everything. All right? And don't need to remove the gauge. And this bottle adapter, it does leak here once in a while, but to remove that, you need to put those on a vise because this piece is Loctited on. Need a 24 mil for this one. And this dowty seal needs to be replaced sometime if it leaked. And that's all the thing consists of. There you have it. Crown MKII fully disassembled. And if you have any comments or something not clear, is just general question, drop me a line. All right? Catch you next video.